Hello, friends. How we doing? Good afternoon, darling. My Sunday is productive. I couldn't pick a word. I don't even know how to describe it. My husband just started his new job, so I've been home a lot by myself lately, and I'm like, what do I do with my hands? So yeah, doing pretty good. You're working? Okay, awesome. Well, not awesome. That sucks for you. I'm working too, I guess, technically, right? I'm working. Hi, Molly. Happy Sunday. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It is time to record a podcast. I took last week off, which I'm going to talk about a little bit during the episode. And then we've got some stuff to talk about. I'm very excited. Working on perlers for some upcoming craft shows. Very cool. We love some perlers. Dustin's obsessed. Yeah, Dustin had his first day at Disney yesterday, which is traditions is what they call it, which is like Disney class, kind of like Disney 101 for new cast members. And then today he's got another little class thing, and then he starts character training this week. So he's going to be very busy. Hi, Marlo. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. It's going to be a good episode. I can tell. Lots of emails. Hi. Welcome. Come on in. Gather round. Good afternoon. Perlers are those little plastic things, you know, when people make like 8-bit looking art. I don't know if I have any around me really quick. I can show you. Oh, I have one over here. Hold that thought. Dustin made me this one that's shaped like a witch. And I have this cool one too. These are perlers, these thingies. The 8-bit looking plastic circle guys. And then you heat them and they kind of melt together. This is a little infused glow-in-the-dark witch's hat that Dustin made me. And this is one of my favorites. It's Ghostface. How cool is that? So yeah, these little plastic guys that you kind of melt together. So he's making a lot of them. Haven't seen those since the 90s. Well, they're back. They're back with a vengeance and very cool, very creative. There's a lot of these, since we live in the Orlando area, we go to the theme parks a lot. There's a lot of like, isn't that sickening, the ghost face? It's a magnet. He put magnets on the back of it for me. So little ghost face perler guy. But yeah, there's all these like crafting, there's all these crafting, what's it called? Groups and things. All these crafting groups that are here for that are at the theme parks and things. Universally Crafted is one of them. There's a Disney page as well, where people kind of do like scavenger hunt, like hide and find kind of stuff. So you can hide like handmade crafts and earrings that look like guitar picks. She takes like Disney and Universal gift cards that she's had before, and she makes like guitar pick shapes out of them and makes earrings and things, puts them in little baggies with like a, you know, if you found this, tag me, whatever kind of thing, all around the parks. So people do that a lot at Universal. They do it at Disney. The only Disney park you can't do that is Animal Kingdom, which kind of makes a lot of sense because animals and waste and, you know, dangerous things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have time for it. I don't have the time or patience for it, honestly, for the purling. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. As you all know, my job takes a lot out of me. Forgive the puppy sounds. Obviously, Dustin's not home to corral the children, so to speak, as he normally does so well. Yeah. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Leah. Welcome, newbies. Welcome, new people. So yeah, I think it's cool. I like the Universal Crafted stuff. I like the Disney hide and find things that we do. I'm just not invested. Every time we go, I'm kind of just there to be out of the house and to, you know, experience theme parks and stuff like that. But Dustin's always like looking around for hides and finds and finding things and hiding things. And he's very much in the community of it all. And I'm just, I just don't care. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I mean, I'm actually being mildly hypocritical right now because I'm going to be doing my own version of hide and find stuff at Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to be doing tarot cards. I'm going to do, I bought like 5 packs of Rider-Waite Smith cards like these. And I'm going to put them in manila envelopes with little handwritten notes of like what the card kind of means and what it stands for, what the message is behind the card. And like, you know, my handle so people can follow me and stuff. And I'm going to be hiding them around Halloween Horror Nights, especially because this year's theme is very, it's very tarot-esque, you know, it's very tarot-esque. But yeah, we can talk about that during the podcast a little bit. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. I took last week off for reasons that I'll share with you guys. So thank you for bearing with me. But I'm ready if you guys are. We have some education. We have some catching up to do, some education today. And of course, emails, lots of emails to get into. How many emails for the podcast do you receive on average? Just curious. I have emails that go as far back as June. And it's August. So that's how many I get. I get quite a bit. I get quite a bit of emails. Some of them I don't think are appropriate. Some of them are definitely personal reading stuff, or people that are just like, hey, you said I could get a free reading. I'd love one. End of email. And I'm like, okay, well, like, what are we talking about? This is supposed to be like an agony aunt thing where you write in and you're like, dear Madam, this is what's going on with me. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the point of it. But some people don't seem to understand that a bit. So some of them just get deleted. Some of them I don't even read. It's hard to keep up with all of them. But yeah, I have emails as far back as June. Yeah. And it's August. So I try to mix it up and do some recent ones and some older ones. I try to kind of go through the timeline, and I don't start from the beginning because I don't want people to wait 2 months for me to get to them. But it is very much, oh, you can see Orzo right there in the mirror over there. I try to mix it up a little bit. So yeah. All right. What you doing, Bubba? You gonna be a good boy for me when we record? Yeah. Good. Hi, baby. I know. Normally daddy's out there with you, huh? Always got something on your face. Frenchies always have something on their fucking face, I swear. I mean, they don't have a snout, so they always have something on their on their face. What are you doing? Come here. Come lay down. Good boy. All right. Let's record a podcast, shall we? Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to stick around for the after party where we can do some Q&A and chit chat. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go. I got my emails all pulled up, the article we're talking about. Perfect. That's good. And yes. All right. Perfection. All right. Let's do it. Let's record a podcast, my friends. Hey, what's up? I'm Madam, and welcome back to another episode of Modern Magical Meddling. We're live on YouTube, having a good time already, as we always do. Make sure if you're interested in joining the YouTube live, we tend to record these episodes at 12 noon Eastern on my YouTube, Madam LLC. Last week, I had to take a week off from recording the podcast. I took a little time to myself. I got a little overwhelmed, not gonna lie. A little personal update for you guys. I got a little overwhelmed. I kind of dove really far into some negative comments and some negative social media stuff. And I kind of let it get the better of me, and I needed a mental health break. As RuPaul says, I love this quote and I say it quite often, but as RuPaul says, you can look at the darkness, but don't stare at it. And I found myself staring at the dark and got really, really sucked into it. And it got me to a really bad mental place. And Dustin was like, hey, you know what? Let's go let loose. Let's go out. And I let a little too loose. I think I let a little too loose, and I got a little crazy, and I got a little too shitty. And obviously it was a sign that I needed to take a break there. So I took a break off from last week. So I appreciate you guys and your patience, and all of that. But yeah, we're back this week and I'm happy to be here. We got some stuff to talk about. It is already spooky season here in Orlando. It is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party is already kicked off. So technically it's the spooky season. Happy Halloween. Halloween Horror Night starts September 1st. Very excited about that. And yeah, we're going to see Beyonce this week here in Orlando. We've got floor seat tickets. Very excited. We've been looking forward to it. So that's happening. Dustin just started his Disney job. My husband got hired at Disney Entertainment part-time, and he had his first day yesterday, actually, of me recording this podcast yesterday. The first day at Disney is always something they call traditions, which is basically Disney 101. It's like Disney class. And then today he's got another one, and then he starts character training and all of that. So more details on what Dustin's doing as we're able and allowed to share it. You know, you kind of have to keep the Disney magic. You have to kind of keep it a little hush hush. And if you are performing as a certain character, you're quote unquote friends with that character. So we have to keep the magic, you know? So, but yeah, very proud of him. Very excited that he's going for his dreams. Dustin's been auditioning for Disney since he was, like 17 or so. Like he's been doing this for a long time. He's been trying to get into Disney in particular for a while. He's worked at Busch Gardens. He's worked at SeaWorld. He's worked at Universal Studios. He's been all over the place. And Disney is kind of the last place that he's really wanted to get into. And obviously there is a kind of hierarchy and a kind of, it's a big deal, you know, working for Disney's a big deal. I know they're a big company and they've got, you know, you'll be replaced. They don't give a fuck, but it's definitely a big deal to get a job at Disney and be able to perform there for how many people go to the parks. And Dustin truly loves his job. He really loves performing and entertaining for people and seeing the smiles on people's faces and all of that. It's a huge deal. Yeah, it's a huge deal. So I'm very proud of him for going for his dreams and doing what he needs to do to be there. He had to take his gauges out. He's letting those close up. He's taking out his earrings. He's had to cover up tattoos. He's had to do a lot of work to you know, be the Disney image, so to speak. So I'm so proud of him. And, you know, I love my alone time. So it's good for both of us that I get time to be alone at home and do my own work and make content and do what I want to do. Because often, a lot of the times we just kind of sit around and enable each other. You know, a lot of times we just sit around and I don't feel like doing anything, me neither. And we just like do nothing together. So him being productive and going to work is making me kind of look at my business a bit more seriously and stuff like that too. So I'm very, very proud of him. We were talking a little bit earlier about pearlers. Pearlers are you know, not a new thing. It's been around for a while, but you know, those little plastic 8-bit looking art pieces and things. I showed the collective on YouTube, a couple that Dustin's done for me. This is a glow in the dark witch's hat that he made for me that he's going to make into a magnet. And then he made me this really cool ghost face with the phone as well. So we were talking about crafting and pearlers and things like that. So a lot of people do crafting and stuff in their downtime as their form of self-care. I am personally a video game nerd when it comes to self-care. I like to watch TV, movies, play video games, and stuff like that. My latest obsession has been a video game on Switch called Cult of the Lamb, which is literally you are a sacrificial lamb. You get sacrificed and then a demon from the underworld resurrects you, and it's very Animal Crossing meets dungeon crawling kind of. So it's a dungeon crawler, but like with an Animal Crossing spin, and you basically run a cult. You know, you have to run a cult. Yeah, someone in the chat said Cult of the Lamb, poo eaters. Yes, sometimes you have you've got followers that of your cult that are like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you made that other follower eat poop? And you do, and you make them eat poop. And your followers get old and they die, and you have to decide if you harvest their meat for food or do you bury them. It's great. It's wild. It's Animal Crossing, but like demonic and culty. You have to lead sermons for your cult every day. You've got to feed them, give them chores, give them stuff to do, give them gifts. You've got to give them blessings. You're the leader. Cult leading is hard. Cult leading is hard, my friends. Leading a cult is hard. It is so fun. It is so fun. My subscribers on Instagram and I were talking about it during our last book club session. We just finished reading Slewfoot by Brahm, which was is an incredible book. We're going to be picking a new book here. So if you want to join our book club, subscribe on my Instagram, and I read aloud. We read the books together and I read them aloud to you. It's not like you take a chapter and we talk about it later. We read the books aloud and experience them together. But yeah, so we were talking about this, and I got a few of my subscribers on the game, and it's really, really fun. I'm addicted to it. Lately, I've also been playing a lot of Bayonetta, who is my favorite witch bitch in video game culture. I decided that I want to get a high priestess tattoo. That's the tarot card tattoo I want to get. I've always said that I couldn't pick one. I don't know. But I think I want the high priestess because she literally embodies the act of reading tarot, since we've been talking about her in previous episodes. And I want to get her as Bayonetta though. Yeah, I want to get Bayonetta as the high priestess. I think that'd be really cool. Her in her nun outfit from Bayonetta 1. I think would be really, really cool. So, but anyway, yeah. So back on Perlers and crafting just for a second. Yeah, there's these groups here in Orlando, people that are pass holders and frequent the theme parks, groups on Facebook, like one called Universally Crafted. And they kind of do this hide and find thing where they make handmade stuff or keychains or bracelets or tchotchkes or perlers or whatever. Excuse me. And they bag them up and they hide them in little places around the park. So like in the area around Jaws, they would put like a Jaws bracelet, or in the Harry Potter area, they might have like a Harry Potter pin or something like that. So my husband has always been really into this, and the culture of it is really fun. You know, if you find it and you like it, you can keep it and you tag the people in the groups, and if you don't, you can rehide it, you know, and it's very fun. And I've never been really into it. A couple of our girlfriends, we got them into it. And one of my friends, Amy, she takes Universal gift cards and Disney gift cards and stuff like that. And she cuts out, like, she punches guitar picks and makes earrings out of them to put on a backing and then to hide in the theme park and the theme of whatever it is. So really fun, really cool. And I've never been super into it, but now I'm like, I found my own method of doing it. I found my own thing that I want to do with that. This year at Halloween Horror Nights, they've come up with a lot of, they've announced all the houses and everything that are going to be there. There's going to be The Last of Us, Chucky, the Stranger Things, the latest Stranger Things with Vecna and Eddie. So it's going to be full of Hellfire t-shirts, which is great. But now I understand why people on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, people that work on creative for Halloween Horror Nights said that a lot of veterans of HHN are going to be annoyed at like the new people that come to HHN this year, because it's all of the people that are, Chrissy, wake up. It's going to be all of that, people that are Hellfire fans or simply just Stranger Things fans and not necessarily fans of HHN. And I don't care. I don't care what brings you to Horror Nights. The more, the merrier. I have Express anyway, so I don't give a fuck. I'm not waiting in long-ass lines as it is. We have Ultimate Fear with Express. So we spent money, honey. We spent money on this. We saved up for this. This is the big thing we splurge on every year is Halloween Horror Nights. I talk about it so much. But this year, the main theme is this guy, Dr. Oddfellow, who seems to have a carnival of chaos or a dark carnival aspect. And there's a specific scare zone in the streets, not a house, but one of the streets is decorated with characters and stuff like that. And, you know, they're just kind of roaming the streets. And one of them is called Dark Zodiac. And they literally have stations set up of the different zodiac signs and stuff like that. And there's this tarot element to it that you can feel in Universal Studios. On one of the streets, there's a cityscape, and one of the establishments in the cityscape is a tarot reader, Madame Basil or Madame Basile, or however you want to say it. I've taken pictures in front of it quite a bit, and it's my favorite spot to go because obviously she's a psychic, she's a reader, but it's always empty, and it's this small little storefront. And she there's a sign now that says that she's busy with Dr. Oddfellow. So I'm curious to see how they incorporate her. But I'm going to embrace this universally crafted hide and find culture by doing my one-card readings, my one-card tarot readings that I do on my website and that I do at conventions, where I basically take Rider-Waite-Smith cards like these. On YouTube, you guys can see the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. I'll put them in an envelope and I'll write a little handwritten note And those are available on my website. I already do that. You can buy a 1 card from me that's physical, that I have put my hands on, and I write you a little handwritten note, a little 1 or 2 sentences about what that card means, and for you to process however it means, however it resonates with you. So I'm going to be doing my own hide and find kind of culture and bringing a tarot deck to do readings for people that see me or recognize me or want one in line or whatever, just for funsies, and to get myself out there more, of course. But I'm going to be hiding tarot cards around HHN. And I'm like really, really excited to do it, especially since I've been seeing some other people that are getting ready for horror nights and getting ready for like Stranger Things. And they're making like friendship bracelets to trade with people, like very Taylor Swift Eras Tour kind of culture of like trading bracelets and having community and everything. So I thought, what better way than for me, Madam Adam, to bring tarot to HHN in a real way and not in this, hyper fictionalized way. So I'm just really excited about it. And I think it's going to be really cool. So yeah, that's basically what's going on with us over here. Dustin started his new job. We've got Beyonce this week. I got a perm. It looks really good. The curls are holding up really well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lisa said in the chat there had a card reading done during Mardi Gras in the voodoo section at an Informer event a few years ago. So cool that you'll be contributing. Yeah, I wish they would fucking hire me. I wish they would hire me to do something. I would love it. I mean, honestly, Universal. I know they're not listening, but Universal Studios, I would do this shit for free. I would do it for exposure. I would do it purely for free. I already have a ticket. I already have Ultimate Frequent Fear, which gets me access to every night of the event. I'm already going to be there. Like, I would do it just for fun, honestly. I would do it just for funsies. So, oh, the other thing that's going on is I started my tattoo sleeve again. I added Tiffany and Chucky. I'm going to be getting this coming Friday. So I broke it into 2 sessions. It's a big piece. It's a lot. I have a cover up to do on the back of my leg, which we're going to do the Bates Manor. Not the motel, not the long, narrow, but the actual manor where the mother lives and all of that. So we're doing the Bates Manor to cover up a piece on my back or on the back of my leg. And then we're putting Freddy Krueger beneath that. And then we're going to add Jigsaw as well. So my lower leg sleeve or sock, whatever you want to call it, is going to be Ghostface, which already exists. Tiffany is there now, and then Chucky, the Bates Motel, and then Freddy Krueger and Jigsaw. So those are the characters we've chosen for now. Really excited about it. It's still wrapped up for healing purposes, but hopefully you guys can see the results. There's a video about it already on my Instagram and TikTok. Speaking of TikTok as well, I just posted a video about scam accounts. And I would appreciate it if you guys would go to my TikTok and find that pinned video and comment on it or like it or something to give it some more views so that it can get out there more about the scammers, and repost it or share it or something. That would mean a lot to me. And not for the sake of, blowing up my platform, but just to spread the word about scammers, for people's awareness. Anyway, let's talk about tarot. So I got a lot of emails about and I get a lot of questions about starting tarot or what the fuck is tarot? Where does this come from or whatever? And I did a lot of research and I wanted to compile the best kind of brief history of tarot that I could come up with for you guys in my own words. And I just couldn't find one. I couldn't put it together without it being long-winded. You guys know I talk a lot, I ramble. So obviously, but I had the privilege of meeting a fabulous human being at the Universal Energy Expo the past couple of years that I've been there, or that I'd been invited. And I got to meet a fabulous individual that I believe we've mentioned her actually during this podcast. Some of you in the comments are familiar with Patty Wigington. Patty's wonderful. And Patty has a BA in history from Ohio University. She's a pagan author, educator, and she's a licensed clergy member. She's the author of Daily Spell Book for the Good Witch, Wicca Practical Magic, and the Daily Spell Journal, amongst other things. She's got a beautiful, a really well-worded article about tarot history, a brief breakdown of tarot history. But some of her other books include A Year of Modern Witchcraft, The Witch's Complete Guide to Tarot, which I love, Candle Magic Journal and Handbook, which I own, Wicca Journal for Beginners, Witchcraft for Healing, which I also own, Badass Ancestors, a great finding your power with ancestral guides and connecting to that energy, herb magic, an introduction to magical herbalism and spells, a daily spell journal, a diary of enchantments for every day of the year. Patty's fantastic. She's a wonderful, wonderful human being. It was great to get to know her. She and I are very similar speed when it comes to tarot and the craft and everything. During one of her panels at the expo, I overheard her say something that I repeat a lot now, where she was talking about hexes and curses. And she was like, if you think you're hexed, if you think you're cursed, you're probably fucking not. You're not that special. No offense, but you're not that special, you know? And I was like, damn, Patty, damn, girl, spitting truths out, hurting people's feelings. Yes, ma'am. That's my speed of shit. Tough love, as it were. So I'm gonna share with you guys Patty's article from learnreligions.com. This is from 2018, but I wanted to share with you guys a bit of this article so you can have a little bit of background on tarot and things. So the article is a brief history of tarot. You can look this up yourself at learnreligions.com. It's from 2018, but I think it really summarizes a lot of what tarot is. So she says the tarot is probably one of the most popularly used tools of divination in the world today. While not as simple as some other methods like pendulums or tea leaves, the tarot has drawn people into its magic for centuries. Today, cards are available to purchase in hundreds of different designs. There is a tarot deck for just about any practitioner, no matter whether his or her interests may lie, excuse me, where they may lie. Whether you're a fan of Lord of the Rings or baseball, whether you love zombies or just interested in the writings of Jane Austen, you name it, there's probably a deck out there for you to choose. So true. So true. I do a lot of tarot deck reviews on this YouTube channel as well, which I'm going to be posting a couple today. Although methods of reading the tarot have changed over the years and many readers adapt their own unique style to the traditional meanings of a layout, in general, the cards themselves haven't changed much. And we're going to look at some of the early decks of tarot and the history of how these came to be and used as more than just a parlor game. So she goes on to say French and Italian tarot, the ancestors of what we today know as tarot cards, can be traced back to around the late 14th century. Artists in Europe created the first playing cards, which were used for games and featured 4 different suits. These suits were similar to what we use today: staves or wands, discs or coins, cups, and swords. After a decade or two of using these in the mid-1400s, Italian artists began painting additional cards, heavily illustrated, to add to the existing suits. These trump or triumph cards were often painted for wealthy families. Members of the nobility would commission artists to create for them their own sets of cards, featuring family members and friends as a triumph card. A number of sets, some of which still exist today, were created for the Visconti family of Milan, which counted several dukes and barons among its numbers. Because not everyone could afford to hire a painter to create a set of cards for them for a few centuries, customized cards were something only a privileged few could own. It wasn't until the printing press came along that playing card decks could be mass-produced for the average game player. Tarot as a divination tool. In both France and Italy, the original purpose of tarot was a parlor game, not as a divinatory tool. It appears that divination with playing cards started to become popular in the late 16th and early 17th century. Although at the time, it was far more simple than the way we use tarot today. By the 18th century, however, people were beginning to assign specific meanings to each card and even offer suggestions as to how they could be laid out for divinatory purposes. All right, so let's see. The origins of the Rider-Waite. I'm skipping over a section here that is talking about tarot and the Kabbalah, which is very fascinating and interesting. And I think you guys should check that out on your own time. But the origins of the Rider-Waite deck in particular, especially since that's the deck that I use most often, that's the deck that I'll be using today for our write and email readings. British occultist Arthur Waite was a member of the Order of the Golden Dawn, and apparently a longtime nemesis of Aleister Crowley, who was also involved in the group and its various offshoots. Waite got together with artist Pamela Colman Smith, also a Golden Dawn member, and created the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, which was first published in 1909. At Waite's suggestion, Smith used the Sola Busca artwork for inspiration, which is an Italian deck that I own myself, or a version of it, and Smith's final result. Smith was the first artist to use characters as representative images in the lower cards. Instead of showing merely a cluster of cups, coins, wands, or swords, Smith incorporated human figures into the artwork, And the result is the iconic deck that every reader knows today. So yeah, before they were just collections, like a 5 of Pentacles was just 5 pentacles on a card, but Pamela Coleman Smith gave them imagery and put people on them so that the cards would tell a story. The imagery is heavy on Kabbalistic symbolism. And because of this, typically used as the default deck in nearly all instructional books on tarot. Fact. Literally why I say that if you want to learn tarot, if you want to get into it, if you want to start tarot, you should start with the Rider-Waite system or start with the Rider-Waite Smith deck, because all of the books refer to that imagery. This is so true. I love this. Today, many people refer to this deck as the Waite-Smith deck in acknowledgement of Smith's enduring artwork. Now, over 100 years since the release of the Rider-Waite deck, tarot cards are available in a practically endless selection of designs. In general, many of these follow the format and style of Rider-Waite, although each adapts the cards to suit their own motif. No longer just the domain of the wealthy and the upper class, tarot is available for anyone who wishes to take the time to learn it. Fantastic. Really, really, really simple. I love it a lot. Let's go back here, actually. Tarot and the Kabbalah. In 1781, a French Freemason and former Protestant minister named Antoine Court de Geblin published a complex analysis of the tarot in which he revealed that the symbolism in the tarot was in fact derived from the esoteric secrets of Egyptian priests. This is why people say that tarot comes from Europe. It also comes from Egypt. It's French. It's Italian. It comes from multiple facets of our culture. Gablin, I don't know how I'm saying that right, went on to explain that this ancient occult knowledge had been carried to Rome and revealed to the Catholic Church and the popes, who desperately wanted to keep this arcane knowledge secret. In his essay, the chapter on tarot meanings explains the detailed symbolism of tarot artwork and connects it to the legends of Isis, Osiris, and other Egyptian gods. We talked a few weeks ago about the symbology of Isis and the High Priestess card. The biggest problem with their work is that there was really no historical evidence to support it. However, that didn't stop wealthy Europeans from jumping onto the esoteric knowledge bandwagon. And by the early 19th century, playing card decks like the Marseille Tarot were being produced with artwork specifically based on their de Gablin's analysis. In 1791, Jean-Baptiste Alliette, a French occultist, released the first tarot deck designed specifically for divinatory purposes, rather than as a parlor game or entertainment. A few years later, he had responded to the Frenchman's work with a work of his own, a book explaining how he could use the tarot for divination. As occult interest in the tarot expanded, it became more associated with the Kabbalah and the secrets of Hermetic mysticism. By the end of the Victorian era, occultism and spiritualism had become popular pastimes for bored upper-class families. It wasn't uncommon to attend a house party and find a seance taking place or someone reading palms or tea leaves in the corner. And then it goes on to discuss Rider-Waite that I already talked about. So that's a brief little, a brief history of tarot, which I think is really, really finite and very well put. Props to Patty Wigington. I'm a huge fan of Patty. I have a few of her books. I suggest you check out her work. Highly recommend. She also attends the Universal Energy Expo in Covington, Kentucky. And I think you guys should check it out. So a little tarot history for you guys today. A brief overview of some things. So now we are going to get into some emails. Yes. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, this one was very pertinent to tarot history. So let's go with this one. This one says, "Good morning. Your readings came across my Facebook, and I'm on a healing journey to gain more peace and tranquility in my life and in my home. I've tried all of the, quote, tricks in life and decided to try things I haven't yet. So I'm opening myself to what some would consider, quote, alternative. Things like natural healing, grounding, readings, crystals. I'm open to all and open to hearing what the universe wants to tell me and how it wants to guide me in this journey. But I don't know what questions to ask. I don't know where to begin. Any advice on what questions or topics would be good to ask to get a legitimate reading? Or is that not how it works? Do I not ask the questions, but instead just see what the cards say?" This is from someone called Sammy. So great question, Sammy. that is a common question I get. That is a kind of a good starting point for your journey and anyone's journey, really wanting to understand tarot or the cards or new age spiritualism, whatever you want to call it. You know, do I ask questions? What are the questions we should be asking? Or should I just flip cards and just take what they say and try to understand it? I think that the quote unquote right questions come from a level of self-awareness. What are you looking for? Why are we on this journey? Why are we trying to be more open-minded and self-discovery here? As you said, you're on a healing journey to gain more peace and tranquility in life. So I would simply start there. For you in particular, Sammy, I would start there. I would start with how can I find peace and tranquility in myself and in the universe? I would start with that. In Rachel Pollack's latest book, Journey Through the Forest of Souls, she asks a lot of really intriguing questions of the cards instead of these shallow, where's my abundance? Is so and so the one for me? What's my love life? All of these low hanging, very shallow ideas of spiritualism and things like that. I just find that funny. I find it really simple and kind of irritating, especially during live readings. Like, would you go to church and pray and ask God, like, is Tyler the one for me, God? Like, what? That no. Like, God would look at you and be like, bitch, the fuck? Like, I'm not Wendy Williams. Like, no, ma'am. How you doing? Like, no. God, she's so problematic. Anyway, but yeah, we should be asking questions like, what's the meaning of life? What is my purpose? How can I find more peace within myself? So it's a mixture of asking questions or topics for, as you put it, a legitimate reading, or not ask questions at all, but instead see what the cards say. It's a mixture of both. My day-to-days, my daily card pulls are simply, what do I need to be mindful of today? What do I need to learn today? How should I carry myself throughout my day? What should my energy be focused on today? That's how I phrase my daily one cards. I've been using Zodiac Tarot for myself, which I've done a review on my channel here on YouTube, Zodiac Tarot. I love it a lot. And I pull one card a day. And my daily question I ask myself is, as I said, what should I direct my energy towards? How should I be spending my time? What is the lesson that I need to learn today? What does spirit want me to focus on? What does the universe want me to focus on today? What would be the best use of my energy and channeling my passions and my energy toward what, So that's how I do it. And then on top of that, if that's your daily practice, a weekly thing can be something bigger. And how can I protect my peace this week? Or what does the universe want me to understand about myself? What can I learn about other people, perhaps? So it really just depends. And then sometimes, so I think like my daily, on your question here, my daily is more of, I just want to see what the cards have to say. I don't have a specific thing other than just kind of tell me what you got to tell me. Where should I put my energy? What should I be focused on? Give me something to give me an outline for my day. Give me a bracket to live in today. But then other readings can be a bit more specific. What do I need to know before I start this event? What do I need to know going into the autumn or the spooky season? How should I prepare myself for bringing tarot cards to Halloween Horror Nights? That kind of thing. So it's really a mixture of asking questions, but having the humility and self-awareness in yourself to know that sometimes the best questions are silent. Sometimes the best guidance is just seeing what comes on the radio, so to speak. I call myself a spiritual jukebox every now and then, that sometimes I just spit it out. And the radio is random. They're playing the greatest hits. They're playing what they think people want to hear. So I think it's a mixture of both, but as far as getting a legitimate reading, it's up to your intention. Why are we doing this? What's the point? Are you just doing something fun because you think it's fun and cute? No, you're trying to get more peace and tranquility. You're on a healing journey. You're trying to heal yourself. So it's going back to the base of why, the ABC of it, the point. What's the point of this? Why did I want to do this? To me, that's the best place to start. And I hope that makes sense. And as I always say, right, learning tarot is like learning a language, and it's whatever time and energy you give it. Fluency can't be taught, but it's something that we can learn over time. All right, next. Let's see. Hello, Cheyenne. Let's see. I love your readings, and whenever they come across my FYP, they're always spot on. I see your post about a complimentary reading if I reach out via email. So here I am. Hi, babe. A general reading would be the most ideal for me, but just let me know if that works. Also, love to know what your rates for further readings are. Absolutely. Yeah, you can visit my website, madamadam.com. All the info for private sessions is available on my website. Private sessions are done over Zoom. You can also get a cameo with me if you'd like. If you don't want to be on camera and talk back to me, if you just want me to give you something personal, you can get a cameo with me, or like this method, which I love. And general is my favorite. To me, a general reading is like the last person said, it's not asking any questions at all. It's just being in a position to be open. It's being in a space where you're open-minded enough to just take whatever message comes your way so you can digest it. I just want to know a general thing. Generally, what does the universe want me to know? What do the cards have to say to me, right? And to me, that's not asking a question. That's just being open to receiving whatever. See how it's a mix of both, you know? One doesn't supersede the other. One isn't better than the other. Here's a shuffle. Once again, we're using a classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck today. Let's see what we've got for you today, Cheyenne. A general reading, and maybe this will resonate with some of you listening as well. All right, here we go. Yeah, Three of Swords energy. Threes come from the Empress. The sword cards are about logic, thoughts, actions, words. So there's disappointment somewhere. I find it funny, this Valentine heart shape that's always on the Rider-Waite-Smith Three of Swords. There's no other imagery of a heart like that in the tarot. Other than the Empress's shield is in a Valentine heart shape. But when we're talking about love, quote unquote, which is not romantic, right? Love is a spectrum. Whenever we're talking about love in tarot, we're often referring to the suit of cups, of feelings, of emotions. So it seems as though with this Three of Swords here that we've been disappointed, we've been burnt, we've been hurt before. We have some negatives attached to things. Your disappointments, however, are directly related to your expectations. So that's why it's a mental thing. That's why it's a mind thing, this Three of Swords. It's not an emotional thing. It's a mental thing. And we have a habit somewhere of, you know, having an expectation in someone or something. It can be a job that let you down, a friend that let you down, you letting yourself down, whatever it is. We've got some heartbreak, quote unquote, but it's not specifically romantic. And that's why I call it disappointment. You know, we've been disappointed before. We've been burnt. We've been hurt. Yeah, Seven of Cups energy, emotional decisions. All those cups have different options within them. The sevens come from the Chariot. So it's a sign of abundance. It's a sign of success to have so many options, to have so many choices in our life is actually a sign of abundance. My brother applied for a shit ton of jobs and then had too many options. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I was like, well, all of those options are a sign of abundance. You know, and everyone kept telling him abundance is coming, good things are coming, abundance is coming. And he's like, but I don't know what it is. And I'm like, well, you kind of set yourself up, girl. You know, you kind of set yourself up for that. Like you gave yourself too many options, and you should see that a plethora of options is actually a state of abundance. You get to choose, you get to pick and decide, and what's right or what's wrong is irrelevant because you still have more options. You know, the options might diminish or they might lessen as you make decisions, but it's still a sign of success. So basically, out of this Three of Swords, out of this sense of disappointment, we get to decide how we move forward now. We get to decide how we move with our feelings. We get to decide what steps we take to follow our chariot and to get on it. And then, yeah, the Fool's energy, the zero, the fresh start, the leap of faith, the new beginning. Yeah, whatever decision you make, it's a fresh start. It's time to leave the past behind us. It's time to leave the negatives behind us. And no one asked, but just kind of the way I read three cards, I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit. I break each card down individually by definition, by symbolism, by imagery, by suit, and by major arcana. And then I read one, and then I compound it with the next one, and compound it with the next one. And then I go back through the three of them backwards and refer from the last one back to the first one. So I kind of go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I do my 3 cards whenever I'm reading people during lives, or my content, whenever I'm spitting out a 3-card reading really quickly in under 60 seconds. That's how I do it. I go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. This is how they relate to each other. This is what each one of them means, and then how they relate. And then I'm adding advice on top of it. So as I said, 3 of Swords energy, honey, you've been disappointed before. We've got a lot of, mental anguish, a lot of heartbreak around our expectations. Now it's about emotional decisions towards our victories, towards the things that give us propulsion and movement. You pick what's best for you. You pick a cup that has the most emotional validation for you. And then you take a leap into it, and then you dive in, then you pick that one and you stick with it, and you take a leap and you begin a new chapter. You begin a new thing, a new journey based on that decision that you're making, because we're leaving this bullshit behind us. We're leaving the past behind us. We're leaving the negatives where they lie, where they belong. Yeah. Very good. I'm glad that makes sense. Thank you, babe. Perfection. All right. Let's see who else I've got here on my email. How can I channel my creative energy to make something beautiful that also makes money? I want to leave my job and do what I love. Oh, I love that. Very good. Congratulations on you. Thank you, Madam Adam. I know it's something I have to explore myself. Of course you do. Of course you know that. You're a self-aware motherfucker. You understand that. You understand that all I can do is give you guidance. But yeah, what you do with it is up to you. So yeah. So the question was, how can I channel my creative energy to make something beautiful that also makes money? Absolutely. Let's see what we have for you today. Ooh, okay. Period. So this one's rough, honestly. This one starts with a roughness. The whole point of this is you want to leave your job and do what you love. Absolutely. We have to understand the financial implications of this. I think if I had to pick a least favorite card, it's probably this one. The 5 of Pentacles is probably my least favorite card. It is the most melancholy. It is the most dreary. It is the most real world sign of stress. It's the most real world sign of stress because it's tangible. It's pentacles. You can see it. You can feel it. You can touch it. It's a lack of money. It's physical distress. My sciatica and my back and my leg and my whole right leg has been screaming the past couple days, which to me is a sign of stress in the body as well. I also started working out again recently. My body's like, you're 35. What are you doing? So 5 of Pentacles energy, in my opinion, is the most like, oh, fuck kind of sign of stress and negative energy, so to speak, in the tarot. I know we might think like, what about the 10 of Swords? That's a mental thing, though. That's a mental thing. The 5 of Pentacles is physical. It's I'm having money troubles. My body isn't being kind to me. That kind of thing. So for you, my love, who wrote this? Haley, for you, my love, it looks like you're going to have to make peace with the fact that if you take that leap from your sustainable regular job, there's going to be a dip. It's not going to happen right away. I mean, even with me starting this business, it didn't happen right away. I was claiming unemployment, and unemployment started to dwindle. And I started to think like, fuck, like how long is the government going to send me money to live on? Like how long is this going to happen? Eventually I'm going to have to start over. Eventually I'm going to have to get a job. What do I do? So it's this acknowledgement of a hardship. 5 of Pentacles energy the 5s come from the Hierophant. Pentacles are about our tangibility, physical shit that you can touch, money, body, etc. So we have to acknowledge the fact that things basically can't get worse. They can't get worse. Things are probably the worst they're going to be. There is this element of financial dip and physical anguish and stress on the body. But beyond that, it really, really improves. Then we have the Star. You have to find the hope, honey. What gives you hope? What honors your emotions? What is something you enjoy? That's the thing. If you enjoy it, you should, whatever you give energy and time, money follows. Whatever you give energy and time, money follows. If you put out shit that you like, you will find like-minded people that share the shit that you like. It's like I read tarot the way I read it. People that like it come to me. It's like businesses that I see at conventions and Comic Cons that have like a certain aesthetic of like spooky merch. I'm like, yeah. They're like, we just love spooky stuff. And I'm like, so do I. Gimme, buying all of it. You know, if you will find like-minded people, if you are vulnerable and you are honest about what you are good at and what you enjoy, there will be an audience there for you, you know? So have hope and be optimistic and find vulnerability in how you feel, that you're not sure, but if you make things that you like, if you find something that you enjoy doing, it carries through and money follows. To be completely honest with you, I love tarot, and this is when we talk about ikigai again. Ikigai, the Japanese exercise for purpose. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you be paid for? Right? All those answers for me are tarot. Right? I'm good at tarot. I love it. The world needs it and I can be paid for it. It's perfect for me. This is my purpose. I'm going to be Madam Adam forever. Now, the other one for you is the Queen of Swords, one of my favorite cards. She's got a crown of butterflies. She is very proud of her change. She is actively in transformation mode and proud of it. Now, the thing with this one, in terms of you leaving your job and starting a creative endeavor, is that you can't expect problems. You can't expect issues. You have to find it in you to be passive during this transformation and just keep making shit that you love, keep putting it out there, figuring out what the value of it is to you. I used to do like $50 30-minute sessions, and I stopped doing them because I started to learn my worth was greater. And now my 45-minute sessions, my 45-minute to an hour sessions are $200. You know, that's my worth. That's my value. I know what I give you. I know how much energy and time I put into a private session for you. Sometimes it's not just, sometimes people think they're coming to me just to change the oil. And I'm like, bitch, we have to change the oil. You need new vents. You need new tires. We got to rotate the tires. You need new tires. We got to change the spark plugs. Listen to me being all butch, like I know shit about cars. But no, some people think they're coming in for a simple checkup. And then during the reading, we find out that there's more, that there's deeper shit that we need to talk about, that you're skipping over, that you're missing, you know? So through the process of you learning about what you want to do and how you want to be creative and make money at the same time, there is a weird line that you have to straddle, a line between business and pleasure. I love tarot. I love reading, but it gets exhausting when I spend lives like Friday night. I started reading at 9 o'clock and I went until 12:30. There were people that paid for readings that waited over an hour for a reading because my list was just that long. And do I want to read my own tarot after that? No. I want to eat, go work out, and do nothing, you know? So literally, Lisa, she's like, cars, LOL. I mean, the soul is a vehicle, period. But no, it's while you're figuring this out, while you're going on this journey of self-discovery, trying to figure out how you can be creative and make money at it, you have to straddle that line between business and pleasure and make sure that you still do enjoy doing what you do. Before I go live, I'm in the zone. I'm like, I play music, I get excited, and I'm like, I'm the witchy fucking bitch. I am Madam Adam. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna wait, they're waiting on me right now. It's like I'm at an auditorium and I'm hiding behind the curtain, looking at the crowd to see how packed it is out there. You know what I mean? Like there are people that wait for lives. There are people that wait for Monday nights. They set their clock by it. They set their calendars by it. So passive, find the blend between business and pleasure. It's going to blur. When I first started doing this, I didn't have this office, right? I've told this story quite a bit. I didn't have this office. I was doing shit out of my bedroom. Dustin would be trying to sleep while I was actively doing private readings for people until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, because I felt that it had to be difficult. I have to work hard for this to be something. No. You just have to enjoy it. You have to do what you love, and the audience will follow whatever it is that you make. So as I said, understand financial hardship and stress is a part of this. Have hope, though, that if you're vulnerable and you make things that you love and you find something that gives you emotional validation, it follows. The money follows. And then that Queen of Swords energy. Don't expect issues, but when you find the issues, then you deal with them. I had people that kept canceling on me or wanting to reschedule, or they didn't want to pay me because they thought that the reading wasn't worth the price. And I was like, okay, fuck this. People are paying me in advance. I've got a returns and cancellations policy now. Like, I had to take steps and learn as I go, right? So try to give it a grain of salt, my love, but I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for writing in. All right, next I have, all right, this one is from Alexandria. It says, Dear Madam, I've been watching your videos on my FYP on Facebook. I love your blunt and down-to-earth approach when it comes to your readings. I feel like your general readings give me a sense of peace when I watch them. I felt the universe gave me the right sign to reach out when I saw your post on Facebook. The reason I'm reaching out is because I just got out of a relationship where I've experienced narcissistic abuse. Ooh, girl, join the club, get the t-shirt. Been there. I'm currently working on my healing, but I would love more clarity in my life. I trust in the universe and spirit. I know that they will give me the message that I need, as well as put me on the right path. I feel like it would really help me more confirming on my healing journey. I thank you if you have even just read this email. I hope I can receive a reading from you. If not, then I guess that wasn't the universe intention for me. No, Alexandria, I've got you, darling. You are one of many, my love. We have a lot of us, especially people that listen to me, people in my collective, have been victims of narcissistic abuse in some aspect. So congratulations, though, on your healing journey. I am proud of you, and I'm sure that you are much further along than you give yourself credit for. Let's see what I've got. Here we go. Oh, 10 of Cups energy, girl. We're just trying to be happy. We're just trying to be happy. 10s come from the Wheel of Fortune. Cups are about emotions. We're supposed to be manifesting emotionally. So it's not about stuff. It's not about money, job, a person. It's about how having stuff is supposed to make you feel. That's what you're looking for. How do I want to feel today? I want to feel purposeful. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel protected, proud of myself, etc. It doesn't have to be a good day, baby. Just a day that you're proud of. Okay? That's all. Really simple. Just make yourself proud today. Real simple. So, but yeah, 10 of Cups energy, honey. You've got joy around you already. You're already doing well. It's important that you see the forest for the trees. It's important that you see the joy that already exists around you. And if you're unhappy, that you do something to make you happy in the moment. But we're manifesting emotionally. It's about how you feel. It's about how you want to feel, you know? 4 of Swords energy as well, babe. We need rest. Rest, girl. Rest your mind. Rest your body. 4 of Swords energy comes from the Emperor. It is your responsibility to claim your rest. All you have to do is hold up your end of the table. If other people drop their end, then by the laws of fucking physics, they get dirty, not you. Let people fail. Sometimes you have to let people fail. Sometimes you have to watch people drop the thing that you normally would pick up and let them deal with the mess and be like, oh, this is, oh my God. Yeah, not easy, is it? Not easy cleaning up after you. Not easy picking up all your shit all the fucking time. So rest is important, my love. In order for you to keep your joy, for you to keep this idea of emotional abundance, you've got to find rest. Resting your mind, resting your body, being honest about what you contribute, owning your responsibilities, and knowing that you do enough. All you have to do is show the fuck up. It's 2023. People are not shy about what they need and what they expect. People are not shy about it. Just show up. People will tell you what they need. They'll tell you what they're looking for. They will tell you what they would like or what they would expect from you. You just have to show up. Truth and kindness. That's all you owe anybody. Okay? And last but not least, yeah, Queen of Wands energy as well. Make your moves in silence, girl. Queens are death, actually. Queens are of death of the major arcana. We're talking about passionate decisions while we traverse transformation. The queens are all passive. So we're talking about making moves in silence, knowing that spirit is protecting you. That's this black cat that sits in front of the card, staring directly at us. That's spirit looking out for us. That's spirit protecting us. Your guides, your deities, your God, whatever the fuck you believe in. But yeah, make your moves in silence. Rise to your own authority. If you were going to make decisions without influence, what would you do? Without other people's opinions, without other people's impact, what decisions would you make for you? It's time to make moves in silence. Pursue your joy. Find things that make you happy in the moment. Manifest emotionally and rest your mind, knowing that you do enough by holding up your end, doing what you said you would do. Fantastic. I like that one a lot. Lots of good reads today. I think I've got time for another one. Let's see. All right. We just did that one. Okay. That one's really long. Let's do a short one. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Going through the emails. Don't forget, you guys can write in to modernmagicalmeddling@gmail.com. Okay, this one is from Leah. It says, "Hi, Madam Adam. I've watched you on Facebook for a while now, but I never knew there was a possibility to get a reading from you. Visit my website." I'd love to see what the cards have to say. There's so much going on in life. Sometimes I get lost. Not sure what you need from me or when, if you'd be able to read for me. Either way, I'm glad Facebook put you on my feed. You have such great energy and love. Stay blessed, happy, and safe. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate you. We'll just do a general and see what you need. There's a lot going on. Sometimes you get lost. Sometimes we need to be lost, babe. Sometimes we need to be lost so that we can reset, so that we can admit to ourselves that we're not quite where we think we are. Sometimes we need to be lost, you know? All right, let's say, yeah, 8 of Cups energy, honey. We're moving on from some old things. We're gathering our strength and moving on emotionally from things that don't serve anymore, things that don't make sense. We're moving into a new period of mystery. So the feeling of lost, it seems, is you being in a new place and finally being ready to move on from old stuff. You know, 9 of Wands energy for you as well. You need boundaries, babe. Your alone time should be spent thinking about what you're passionate about, where you've been burnt before, and how you can protect yourself properly, putting up your boundaries as you move forward into this new chapter, into this new version of you. Yeah, that one's real simple. And then, yeah, 8 of Pentacles energy. Hard work. It's time to do some work. Do some work that turns into habit, that becomes lifestyle. It's not just a season. It's not just a haircut. It's not just a new outfit. It's a new lifestyle. We need to embrace a new way of living. It's time to do some work. And also 8 of Pentacles energy could be your physical job. Maybe that's a place you can focus your energy if it's consistent. If it's, even when I worked at restaurants, every day was different, but I knew what I was getting into. The menu was always the same. It was just the people that were different, you know? The staff is the same, the menu's the same, the place is the same, the music's the same. It's just me that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's me and the people, the way I interact with people that's different. So maybe focusing on work could be a good thing for you, a good anchor, a good tether is focusing on your job, not overdoing it, but noticing the consistency in it, that what am I doing today? I'm making content, I'm going to work, I'm doing my job. And then beyond that, I'm trying to move on and heal myself. So 8s come from strength. You got 2 of them here. So it's a time of work that turns into habit, that becomes lifestyle. You're moving on, babe, from some old shit. The feeling of lostness is moving on. You're moving on from some old stuff. It's time to protect yourself in your alone time. Make sure you establish your boundaries, write them down. Think about what your deal breakers are in terms of relationships with family, friends, workplace proximity associates. And it's time to put your head down, get to work. Practice makes perfect. Yes, practice makes precise. Practice makes persistence. You know, practice makes patience. Lots of P's. Alliteration is fun. So yeah, I hope that makes sense for you, my love. Very good. Lots of emails. All right, let me move through these really quick. I got time for one more. Maya, hi, I'm 26, a single mother who immigrated to Canada. The weight of responsibility makes me feel 40 plus years old. Where to find the strength to enjoy life again, to feel young again? Thank you. I love you very much. Regards. Well, you're only 26. Let's not knock the 40-year-olds. You're welcome, Leah. Let's not knock the 40-year-olds here. You know what I'm saying? 40 young. But I feel you. You're a mom. You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You moved. Moving is a stressful endeavor for sure. I moved every 4 years my whole life. I get it. Let's see. Well, gratitude is important first and foremost. Yeah, gratitude is important in order to keep your vibration high. As I say, it's important that you do a few things. 1, drink lots of water and move your body. Hydrate yourself. Your body is a plant. You're a plant. So hydrate yourself, drink lots of water, and physically move your body, right? Move your body around, Find a method of movement, yoga, walks, dance, something that moves your body. Doesn't have to create a sweat, but just something that keeps the joints moving and active. Gratitude, though, is another big part of that. So, as I said, things that keep your vibration high, in my opinion: water, move your body, practice gratitude, and limit your negative media. Get off your fucking phone. Quit listening to the bad news. Quit listening to everyone criticize each other. Get off of the social media. Put your fucking phone down. Okay. King of Wands energy as well. You pick the path. It's not going to be shown to you. You have to decide. You're a parent, so you have to lead by example. So you have to decide what you're passionate about and pick a direction for you. And then High Priestess energy as well. My favorite bitch in the whole deck. Make sure you're practicing stillness, patience, self-care. I am prescribing you and anyone listening a mindful moment. Take a moment, take a deep breath. Do it right now. After this podcast, stop what you're doing, take a deep breath. Think about gratitude and what you can control today. Let's do that together right now, shall we, with the time that we've got left? Let's all have a mindful moment together. I'm going to guide you guys through it, all right? This is what I call a mindful moment. I want you to set an alarm on your phone, though, to do this every day. In the middle of your day, I want it to catch you off guard, like your Apple Watch being like, it's time to take a breath, right? It's time to breathe, stand up, whatever. Set an alarm on your phone, same time every day. And when that alarm goes off, you breathe, deep breaths, gratitude. What can I control, right? So in the nose, out the mouth, deep breaths right now, my friends. In the nose. Out the mouth. Once more in the nose. Out the mouth. Think about what you're grateful for today, what you're grateful for within yourself, not other people, not what this person gives me this person gives me that. No, think about what you're grateful about you, okay? What you provide the universe, what you provide yourself. Deep breath. Put your hands on your belly area. Put your hands on your belly button. And I want you to feel the expansion in your belly whenever you take a deep breath as well. Feel your belly absorb that air as well, okay? In the nose. Out the mouth. Yes. In the nose. Out the mouth. Now that we've covered gratitude, I want you to take another deep breath and remember that you are a dot on a marble floating through space. Slowly zoom out of you. Think about where you are physically and zoom out from there. In the nose. Once more in the nose. Now, with this new sense of awareness and gratitude, we've thought about what we're grateful for, how we empower ourselves. You're a dot on a marble floating through space. My feet are on the floor in Kissimmee, in my office, in Florida, in Orlando, in Florida, in the United States, in North America, in the planet Earth, right? We're zoomed out and realize that we are small and insignificant. Now, with more deep breathing, what can you actively control today? What can you do? What choices do you have? Your reactions, the way you engage, what you give energy. In the nose. 2 more. Last one, real deep. Excellent. That's an example of a mindful moment, my friend. Do that for 60 seconds every day. Set an alarm for it. I'm just about out of time. That was amazing. Great episode. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to write in to modernmagicalmeddling@gmail.com or podcast@madamadam.com. Head over to my socials, like some of my stuff, share the content. Word of mouth is great. Let's get it out there. Thank you for listening. Stick around YouTube for the after party. It's been awesome. You guys have an excellent week. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to unclench your jaw, breathe deep, and fuck it up. Yay. A good episode. Did you guys enjoy the mindful moment? Did you do it? Did you participate? I hope you did. Yes. Good. I'm glad you did it. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Mindfulness is important. It's important, especially when you're in chaotic settings. Have you ever considered recording a guided meditation or something like that? Yeah, I've thought about it. But I always find that when I try to, I gotta write it down and stuff like that. I know for sure. I'll work on it. Yeah. Now is your time, my friends. Questions from the collective. This is the after party. So anybody have any questions for me? Not necessarily readings, but questions for me about stuff we talked about this week or things you're curious about in general. Great episode, though. I think next week we're gonna focus on. I think next week I'm gonna focus on more emails. Go ahead, Isis. You did your first reading for someone else. Yes. How did that go? It went well, but how do you protect your energy when you read? It took a lot of time. I have a mindset of it's just my mindset. Honestly, it's just a mindset that I keep of I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm not your babysitter. I'm not supposed to be nice. I'm supposed to be honest. So, in doing that, there's a kind of barrier that I put up, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it. It's my mindset. I protect my energy by giving the rules at the start of it. I protect my energy by telling you the rules. Telling you, we all know the Madam Adam rules, right? That no medical, no legal, medical readings aren't ethical, legal readings aren't ethical. Tarot's not a pregnancy test. It's not a dating service. My personal private session rules are that I don't know you, so I don't judge you, I don't lie, and I don't fucking care. Those are the rules. It's real simple. It allows me to be at an arm's length at a distance, I start, and when you meet me in person, right? Whenever you meet me in person, I give you a big hug. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. And then I put you at an arm's length and I'm like, okay. And then I kind of keep you at that arm's length. And then when we're done, I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah, veiling can be good too. That's actually the image of the high priestess in the Mio Im's tarot. The high priestess is veiled. The high priestess, as we said a couple weeks ago, is symbolically the act of reading tarot, of looking into the subconscious, of looking within, right? So yeah, maybe that can be something to help you kind of just focus on the energy and focus on the cards. What a great example of setting a healthy boundary. Yes, that's how I do it. I give you the rules and I'm like, okay, great. Thank you. Love you. So glad you're here. We're going to learn some stuff today. Everything I'm doing is out of compassion and out of learning and love for you. But listen, I'm not your friend right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I have to tell people. We are not friends, especially when I'm reading tarot. I love my followers. I love the community that we built. I love my Madam Adam coven of people. We still haven't found a name for my fan base. We can get a name for the fan base. Madam Adam Minions. I don't know. I like the M's. I like alliteration. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, veiling can be a good idea. Head covering, using a veil of some kind to protect yourself. So you're just that might make you feel silly, but whatever you need to do. But I keep the boundaries. I protect my energy by drawing a line and reminding you that we are not friends right now. I'm just the translator. I'm just the interpreter. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I feel. I'm telling you what I read, Any events coming up that I'm going to be at? Yeah, I'm going to be at Spooky Empire here in Orlando at the end of October. I will be there. Holiday Matsuri and December, I know I'm going to be at. Between now and then, I'm not sure. I'm working on it. I've been reached out to by a couple of businesses to do events at their locations, but they haven't followed through yet. They haven't gotten back to me. But yeah, so far, Spooky Empire is the next one guaranteed that I'm going to be at. I'm also going to be back at StarCon in January. So for the closest to now would be Spooky Empire. It's a horror convention that I love a lot. And I set up my booth and read tarot and have a good time. So I bought my first tarot deck last week. How often do you hold your tarot classes? I'm kind of lost in the sauce. They're normally once a month. My next one is August. This month, August 26th, is my next class. We're focusing on spreads and intuition exercises. And then I'm going to take a small break for the month of September. There won't be a class, but October, there should be a class. And then we're going to go back to basics. We're getting back into tarot 101s. I'm going to do a class on my tarot grid, which I'm working on now. I'm working on compiling that information for you guys. So I'm going to do a class on basically tarot 101, definition 101. And we're going to do the grid. We're going to do a class on the tarot grid that I developed in my head, which is apparently not new information. People have been associating the majors with the minors for a long time, but it was something that I just always made sense in my head. So yeah, what should we call the collective? I don't know what to call it. Minions? The Madam Adams minions? I'm a minion? I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Yeah, it was good. And thankfully she had good energy, but oof, I saw how that could be a problem in the future. Yeah, you're welcome, babe. Yes, it can be a lot. It can be a problem. People get a little too, because if you're a little too friendly with people, mavens. Oh, that's fun. Mavens is a good word. When I hear a word I like to look up the definition of it. Connoisseurs. Yeah. That's a good word. Give me more. Give me more words. I like that. That's good. Maven is a connoisseur or an expert. Madam Mavens. That's nice. And it sounds like Raven, which I like that a lot. It's very witchy. That's cool. A murder of mavens. Shut up. Oh, I love that. Oh, I fucking love that. Oh, that might be it. Ding, ding, ding. That might be it. The collective is like the people, but the murder are the mavens. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm making that a shirt. Stat. I'm going to get with Dustin to make that a shirt. Stat. Yes. It's only a murder if there's probable cause. Oh, I love that. Oh my God. Oh, from now on during lives, it's going to be like, what's up, collective? What's up, mavens? Yes, the murder of mavens is in the house. My little Madam Adam mavens. Yes, period. Props to Casey. Kelly and Casey, prop to you guys. Props to you guys. Props to Kelly Schaefer. Period. Props to Kelly Schaefer, Casey Creations, Isis. Props to you guys. That was very well done. Madam Adams Mavens. It's so on brand. It's so on brand. It's gross. I'm going to get one made. Absolutely. It's going to be like tarot cards with a raven on top. Very Edgar Allan Poe. Speaking of Edgar Allan Poe, did you guys see that Netflix is doing The House of Usher? I'm excited. Yes. So yeah, it'll be very Edgar Allan Poe looking with the skull and the bird on top and some tarot cards, right? Period. And then it'll say like Madam Adams Mavens. And then maybe at the bottom, it'll say like not a collective, a murder or something like that. Like, yeah, Madam Adam's Murder of Mavens. Very well done. Right? I'm a huge Poe fan too. I can't wait to see that show. It's going to be so good. But yeah, I like to look up words. Even when people troll, like somebody at last night's live said I was disgusting. And after the live, I was like, what does disgusting mean? You know, what's the definition of that word? What does that word mean? You know? It's like that's where I say, you know, manifestation is what? Demonstration. I looked up the word manifestation. I looked up the word what's the other one I say? I like to break down definitions, you know? So I'm very into syntax and words and things like that. So I like to look shit up. And even that person was like, someone said I was disgusting, or they just said disgusting. And I was like, what does that word mean? You know? I want to understand it. But yeah, something switched yesterday. Many ravens is a murder. Yes, a murder of mavens. Many of us. I mean, I would say there's many mavens. I would say there's many Madam Adam mavens. Already. Bitch, we sound like a football team. I live. Madam Adam, home of the mavens. Period. Yeah, a maven means someone who has an understanding of knowledge. Yeah, a connoisseur. An expert or connoisseur of something. Someone who has an understanding or knowledge of something. Has to be many, otherwise it's attempted murder. I think there's many, though. No, there is. I think there's many mavens out there. And you can see each other in public. Are you a maven? Madam Adams mavens? Yes. I love it. Perfect. From now on, during the lives, I'd be like, what's up, mavens? Oh, many on the shirt. Yes, yes, yes. Can have a signal. I don't know. Something like death, like, oh, I'm dying, but like a bird. That's enough. That's enough from me today. But yes, I love it. We can caw. Dustin crows when he sees Peter Pan. Dustin crows. Caw. Now it's giving like Moira Rose. It's Yiddish for one who understands. Ah, love it. You guys get me. You, me, same. Oh, fuck. I love you guys so much. I love my mavens. I love my mavens. Oh my God. It's Raven with an M, and I'm Madam Adam, and I love alliteration. It's perfect. Props. Y'all are brilliant. I love y'all so much. This is so great. So good. You heard it here first. We picked it here first. We did it here first. Were you there? This is my Renaissance tour. Big Maven energy. Yes. I like that. Y'all are so good. So good. Oh my God. Anyone else have any questions for me? Anything else you guys want to talk about real quick before I pop off and have some lunch and get ready for the rest of my day? I'm going live on TikTok and on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys something. Something clicked yesterday. Something clicked in me. You know how I normally let the trolls and the negatives get to me, right? Like I'm a Pisces. I'm a person. Things get to me. I'm a human being, and I've got a lot of followers, so people love to be hateful for no reason. And how do I deal with negative spirits? Here's a great analogy of. Here's a great conversation on that. Actually, good segue, Christina. How do I deal with negative spirits? I acknowledge them, and then I simply remove the power from them. I remove the power they hold over me. So I don't have a lot of experience with negative spirits in particular, like in a spiritual setting or whatever. I've always, when I used to read tarot in spiritual places like churches and things like that, I would, or graveyards or monasteries or nun houses, or it was always in a Catholic setting, in mausoleums or grottos or whatever you want to call them, in spiritual spaces where there is spirit, and good or bad or positive or negative. I've always kind of imagined myself walking a very thin line, and I don't teeter from that line. I stay at a neutrality. I am here as a representation of nature, the body. I am simply a conduit. I am an antenna. That's all I am. Magician energy. Yes, conduit, antenna, lightning rod. That's all I am. So I let it flow through me and out of me. So the negative spiritual energy, I would simply walk through and be like, I'm not here to fuck with you. I'm not here to bother you. I am not up for attack. I am not up for absorption. I am here simply as a conduit of understanding. I just want to understand. I'm here to take in knowledge and information and share it with whoever needs it, or get it out of me, or get it out of you, right? A vessel, absolutely. So online yesterday, something clicked. There was a lot of weird hatred and trolls and all of that. And there always is, right? There's always trolls and hatred on my shit. But something happened in me where I literally I just removed the power from it. I took in the negative, and I was like, your engagement is flattering. You know, I said it out loud. I said, your hatred is flattering to me. And I didn't believe it at first, but I did. When I said it, I was like, oh shit. It is flattering. Your hatred of me is flattering. Upon seeing me in public, minding my fucking business, doing nothing but my job, and speaking to hundreds of people that resonate, people that are waiting for readings and things, people that are paying me for my time and energy, you're trying to, you know, you're bullshit, like from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, tell that to the crowd of people watching and hanging on my every word. And like something happened where I literally said out loud, your hatred of me is flattering. Because I'm living rent-free in your head. I am creating a response in you. You know, I'm creating a response. I'm creating a reaction upon my energy is causing a reaction in you. I hold greater power than I realized. The ability for people to hate me for no reason other than existing and being myself and doing what I do. I was like, holy shit, this is low-key a compliment. Because you know why? Because I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing anything to you. I'm not saying, hey, you, look at my nails. I'm gay. Like, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm minding my business, talking to people that want to talk to me. That's all I'm doing. It's like I'm having a casual conversation with someone in public, and someone walks up to me and they goes, fuck you. And I'm like, okay. Fuck you. All right. My bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it finally clicked yesterday. It finally clicked, that idea that, you know, you made it when you have haters. Sad but true. Yes, it finally clicked yesterday. I hope it stays. I hope it lingers, this feeling, because I was like, God damn, the hatred is flattering. The links, the mental gymnastics that people are willing to go through to be able to say things to try to tear me down when I am an immovable object. I am made of stone. I am made of gold. I'm made of lead, girl. I am an immovable object. And you are going through mental gymnastics to try to find something to try to find that soft spot in me. You know what I'm saying? It happens every now and then, right? And it's going to in the future. That soft spot is still going to be there. It's still going to be a little sensitive, but I'll be goddamned if I give energy and power to some rando hiding behind a device on the internet. You know? Right, isn't it? It's kind of funny when you realize the energy they put into you because they don't like you. Literally. You're welcome, bitch. Love you. Love you, Maven. But yeah, it's flattering. The amount of energy that people give out of dislike. You know? It's flattering. And then of course I follow up with saying, you know, I hope I'm your sleep paralysis demon. I hope I'm the thing that you see when you're paralyzed at night and can't move. I hope it's me. You know? But something clicked yesterday. I was telling Dustin, I was like, I know I talk about the negatives a lot. I know I talk about the bullshit in the comments. We'll be sitting in silence and I'll randomly just go, someone said this. You believe that? What the fuck? And we'll like talk about it. And he'll be like, you know, oh, don't let them get to you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I know. I just wanted to say, like, I can't believe people say this kind of shit to me, yada, yada. Like yesterday, or no, this morning, some random, ugly, middle-aged, heterosexual man posted on a video of mine that's going viral that I'm a wish Harry Potter. I'm a wish Daniel Radcliffe. And I'm like, I think I'm cuter than Daniel Radcliffe, but that's fine. He also doesn't have tattoos and gauges. He doesn't have a beard like I have. Why? Because I have round glasses. Like, way to be observant, you stupid bitch. And also, I got a barrage of emails from one person, some Jamie something something. This morning, my email blew up. When I woke up this morning, I saw I had like 5 separate emails from someone trying to turn me to God, someone trying to give me religious text and quotes, various emails that had like quotes from the Bible saying that like Deuteronomy says that witches shall be, you know, shunned or whatever. You will not use divination. It's in the Bible. And I'm like, I don't believe in your book, girl. You know? So, but it was like a religious stalker that I had to block their IP. I had to block their email from messaging me any further because they sent me like 3 to 5 emails about like biblical shit. They sent me a link to catechism classes. They sent me a link to like a church organization to get help. Right? Oh my God. Right. That Jesus fills your holes video. Right. I said nothing. The reaching that people are doing in that video, in those comments, they are reaching. How dare you talk about the Son of God like that? You're blaspheming and blah, blah, blah. And like, I literally said nothing other than, do you want me to be gay or not? That's all I said. Do you want me to be gay or not? I'm confused. And the innuendo, the insinuation of that is supposed to be funny and make you think, right? But I said nothing. I repeated what was said to me. So the call is coming from inside the house. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say anything. And then of course, yesterday, if you were on the live, someone said, you need to go to God. And I said, no, I don't. God comes to me, you know? And I didn't mean me. I meant us. God comes to us, right? Like if you pray to God, is he not checking those emails? Is he not coming to you and blessing you? Is he not coming to you? Like, come on now. And since we've read Slewfoot, right? We have the greatest excerpt that I shared on my threads and on my Instagram is that God, the devil, heaven, hell, man, beast, the stars, the sun, the moon, it's all the same thing. It's all the same. I am God and God is me. It's all the same. And I'm not saying me, I'm saying us, everyone, right? Slewfoot for the win. How often do I do lives? Quite often. Monday nights are a religious affair. Monday nights at 9 every week. And then Fridays at like 9 to 11-ish. 9. Sometimes I start at 9, sometimes 10, sometimes 11. It depends on my day. Saturdays, I go live almost every day. Midweek, not really. But most like 4 days a week I go live. I believe in big right place, right time energy. I find that if I stick to a schedule, it kind of stresses me out. And if I'm not live at that time, I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be live. You know what I'm saying? So instead, I just kind of go live as I will. Yeah. Stay up till 2 a.m. to watch Mondays. You're crazy. Oh, so yeah, I just thought that was fascinating. Something clicked. You know, something clicked yesterday where I was like, this is flattering. You're giving me so much energy and time, and you're an idiot for commenting because you're just going to see more of it. Just like I'm an idiot for bringing up Christianity on my platform because today my TikTok feed was full of live feeds from churches. And I was like, of course it is, because I brought up Christianity on my shit because people are bringing up Jesus on my stuff. You know? Yeah. They're giving me algorithm. They're helping my algorithm. Like people on YouTube that are like, this is disgusting. Someone said that seeing a man with nails, a man being feminine with nails makes them want to kill themselves. And my first reaction was like, maybe you should, but I'm not like that. I'm not going to say that to a stranger because triggering and that's fucked up. But like you saying that, you commenting on that, you're going to see more tarot shit on your feed. You're going to see me more often because you engaged with me. The algorithm doesn't care whether you like it or not, you know, that you engaged with it. So they're going to give you more of that, you know? Recommend any spiritual books, not tarot necessarily. Yeah, I've got a few. Kitchen Table Magic by Melissa Sinova. This one, Kitchen Table Magic, is great. Anything by Melissa Sinova is awesome. Also, What Stories Are You Living? Discover Your Archetype. Hi, Orzo. Discovering Your Archetype, Transform Your Life. What Stories Are You Living is a good one. They've got a free PMAI assessment in here for you to take. Let's see what else. And I'll check out the books by Patty Wigington. Check those out. Hi, handsome. You sleeping? You taking a nap? A baby. Let's see, Orzo. There I is. Hi, precious. Yeah, dope. Pray the rosary for them. Yeah. He was napping, my baby. You keeping? You being a good boy for me. Do you find there are any signs you're drawn to naturally? I know me and Cancers get along really well. Not in particular. I'm not drawn to any signs in particular. Am I aware of the Fanboy Expo here in Orlando? Like MegaCon? Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing what I can to be at more conventions. Tell them about me. Write them and be like, y'all need Madam Adam as a guest. Tell them. Write in. They take guest submissions. They take suggestions. So, but yeah. I've been to MegaCon. I've been to a couple of Fanboy things, Fanboy Expo things. Isis with the book recommendations, period. I also have a fascinating one that I really like too. Here, look at Orzo. I was sent this book by a fabulous practitioner. African Goddess Initiation. I loved this book. I thought it was fascinating and really fucking cool, considering that Africa is the cradle of life and where we all began. A Sacred Feminine Initiation of Self-Love and Soul Care Rituals. This is by Abiola Abrams. She came out with the African Goddess Oracle deck as well. A Sacred Feminine Initiation of Self-Love and Soul Care Rituals, Tools, and Practices. Spiritual teacher, intuitive coach, and award-winning author Abiola Abrams invites you to activate African Goddess magic to transmute your fears and limiting beliefs, thereby creating more happiness, abundance, and self-acceptance. Great book. I Want to Thank You by Gina Hardy. Awesome. Yes, I did see Ian McDermott is going to be there. I did see that. Yeah. Really cool. I liked this book a lot. It was really fun. African Goddess Initiation. Someone mentioned earlier about oh, hang on, where was that comment? How to deal with a toxic roommate, any witchy spells, salt, for example. Do you use white sage, San Paulo? Do herbs have merit or not? They do. Herbs and things have merit for sure. White sage is a closed practice to the indigenous. It's also endangered. So try not to use white sage. I'm big on incense. I do have herbs from Holy Santo, though. I do like Palo Santo. I do like sandalwood and just incense in general. Smoke, cleansing with fire and smoke, I think is important. Dealing with toxic roommate energy, you can protect your space, draw a line around yourself and your space, and cleanse it often. You know, it's hard for people to be negative or to be fucking with your energy if you're at peace and protecting yourself, you know. But yeah, I fuck with those things. I do my own practice, my own magic. I do my own stuff. I just don't share with people because that's my thing, you know. But I share tarot because that's something I think is pretty universal. But my practice and my craft is for me, if that makes sense. So anyway, this has been awesome. A great time, a good after party. We are the Mavens now. Fantastic. Oh, I love you, Mavens. And thank you guys for spending time with me as always. The episode will be out soon. This evening or in a little bit. I'm going to post it on Spotify, and you can watch this recording again, obviously. And I'll see you guys live later on TikTok and Instagram for some live readings. And yeah, y'all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to write in if you would like to, and I'll see you next week and later this week. Bye, guys. Love to you. See you later.